Chelsey Lambert with Lex Tech Review, and we're here at the CLOC conference in Vegas. And Robin Snasdell and I have been chatting quite a bit about where Consilio sits. I mean, it's funny that you're kind of in the middle of the expo hall because you really are at the center of everything that's happening around us, right? There's all this new innovation, there's technology, there's the need for process improvement and workflow, and so there's so much pressure being put on in-house legal teams and in the corporate legal environment, and you really sit at the center of that from a consultative perspective. So share a little bit with our audience about what you do.
Sure. So Consilio helps corporate legal departments improve their operational performance, essentially. It's kind of the bottom line. But what we'll do is we'll take all of the resources available to a corporate legal department, people, process, technology, and we're here in the technology exhibit hall, so a lot of these different tools we use when we work with our clients. But what we put all of that together to help improve bottom line operational performance. So whether it's cost reduction, whether it's doing more with less, whether if a client is going through a reduction in size or some type of cost mandate, we'll work with them, help them find opportunities for improving their operations performance. So there's kind of two big components to it. There's the internal piece and then the external piece. So the external is how to use law firms more effectively, how to have partner with law firms and have results-driven relationships with law firms. So we do preferred provider programs, panels, those types of things. We also do external spend analysis with our Sky Analytics tool. On the in-house side, we do org restructure, headcount, benchmarking, those types of things. So when a client is interested to sort of understand how do we compare to other companies, we have those types of benchmarks, but then we can help streamline, and often that includes process and technology innovation.
Yeah. So. And I think that's such a big part of the conversation because I say this a lot, but you can buy all the technology in the world, and if the teams are not aligned and that vision is not aligned and there's not an understanding and a training and education around what's going to change and the workflow that needs to happen, and you talk about how sizes of teams can dramatically change and how do we restructure and make everything as efficient as it can possibly be so people don't feel overwhelmed in their daily activities. With any size team, that's such an important piece of the puzzle. So it's a really unique position that you guys are in that you can come in, have this third-party perspective, be agnostic, so you're helping choose the right technology for the client for that particular situation, without making recommendations on this is the set core group of products that we use, and we're going to force fit you into that environment.
So we are technology agnostic. We work with all of the different technologies here. We do spend time with some of the technology partners more than others because we invest in that relationship because we want to become certified in their particular product. But essentially what we do is we'll work with a client, understand, every single law department is different, has common themes, but a different DNA. So one technology may not be the right technology for all companies, and it often isn't. So
there's no one size fits all.
There's no one size fits all.
Ever.
So we'll use sort of our knowledge of the space, our understanding of a client's requirements, best practices, our knowledge of the vendors, to help recommend, here are the 2 or 3 particular products in this particular area that you should look at that will have an impact on the organization. And going back to what you said, Chelsey, about people and process and change management is sort of a huge part of it. And that's when we do technology-related projects, we're not just pushing the technology in. It has to take into account, number one, what is your business goal? What are you trying to achieve from a business perspective? Number two, how are you going to get there? So who are the people involved? Do you have people who are naysayers, people who are
detractors,
people who are going to actually embrace it? getting an understanding of that, understanding the impact that it's going to have on their daily basis. I mean, the daily workload. Understanding that all goes to putting in good technology and getting the results that you need at the end of the day.
Yeah, and that's such an important piece of the change management process, is finding those champions, identifying the detractors, figuring out, who your leaders are going to be within the group, where,
right.
Sometimes it surprises you,
right.
But just your experience doing that, I think, would help make any implementation go a lot smoother. And also the result of where are we trying to get to, what is that vision, what is the dream on the other side,
right.
and how do we motivate everyone in the room who's going to be touched or touching this process,
right.
How do we get them on board?
And the one thing, or a trend in the market right now, is that there's a lot of investment in the technology for corporate legal departments and law firms.
Tremendous amount.
And we just
so many announcements here this week.
Right, just looking around here, it's really amazing. The practice of law is innovating, and we're watching it. Technology is having a big impact on that, and it's sometimes hard for a company to kind of understand, all right, what are the types of tools do we need?
Yeah.
What is going to drive us forward? And so that's basically how we help them. We help because we have an understanding of a lot of the technologies and what they're trying to do, and we work with some of the most innovative technology partners out there. We can come to the table and kind of make recommendations that really have an impact.
Fantastic. Well, and then you've seen it actually play out and work firsthand. So
yep.
Anecdotal evidence and best practices coming from the other client experiences.
Absolutely.
Well, Robin, keep up the great work.
Thank you very much,
so
Chelsey.
much. Great to meet you.
Thank you.